Hello everybody, this is Joel, the Nose, coming to you from Miami as usual. And today I have I think a cool twist. Today's topic is the Sephora top 3 selling men's fragrances. And my idea behind this was to go to obviously a popular perfume store such as Sephora, which there are many here in Miami, and I went up to one of their clerks and asked them, who is the men's fragrance salesperson, what are the 3 best-selling men's fragrances? I mean, they've got probably 50 there. This is particularly, to let you know, this is Sephora in the Dadeland Mall, which is one of the biggest malls in Miami. So this is a very big Sephora, over probably 50 different men's fragrances there. And I asked her, what are your 3 best? And she very quickly said the 3 best-selling are YSL's L'Homme, the Bleu de Chanel, and the Dior Sauvage. And she said specifically, even though those are all now in, they have a parfum concentration level, she said the best-selling are the eau de toilette of each of those. So today's test, what I wanted to do was a quick test of these and to get a first impression on what I thought, because a lot of men go to these stores to buy these fragrances for office or for a date, and many people, the first impression they get is the only impression they get of one of these fragrances. So I just wanted to do a first impression and give you my top 3 based on the best-selling men's fragrances at Sephora. So without further ado, coming in at a distant number 3 for me, okay, wasn't even close, and that was the Dior Sauvage. And maybe I'm also annoyed by the Johnny Depp ads, which I think are just like over the top cheesy, but it really had nothing to do with my preference for the smell. But I just did not like the smell of this at all. This is the newest release. It's from 2015. So it's much newer compared to the other 2, which have at this point established themselves as, you know, heavy hitters in the fragrance industry. But Sauvage, I got to tell you, it was kind of very spicy, very orange, very peppery. I typically like orange pepper, but this was just, it seemed like it was just, everything was way overdone. It was too spicy, it was too peppery, it was too orange, and it came across super synthetic-y, and to me, it smelled like plastic. Like synthetic plastic, and it also reminded me of an old man smell. This may be my own odor associative learning, but this smells like something that I would smell from old men back when I was a kid, and so this was just an absolute no-go for me, unfortunately. Again, on my skin, maybe on somebody else's skin, it's beautiful, because obviously, you know, Dior is a great house and they make great fragrances. So number 1 and number 2 is much more difficult. And just to give a little caveat, I have owned Bleu de Chanel. I got it when it first came out, which was, I guess, wow, 2010 when it came out, so almost 9 years ago. And so I've had it before. I do enjoy it. Having said that, I'm going to give it the number 2 slot and not the number 1. I think Bleu de Chanel is classic. I think it's great. I think it's a pleaser. I think women love it. I can be honest with you that when I wore it for years ago, I used to get tons of compliments on it from women and from my ex-girlfriend who really enjoyed it. So you can't go wrong with it. I will probably own it again at some point, but it was definitely very popular. I would say it's very fresh. You get the pink pepper, you get the vetiver. You get kind of a soapy aspect, which I like. I like soapy vetiver fragrances. So I could have easily gone with this as number 1, but I went with number 1, and I decided to go with YSL's L'Homme. I had never actually smelled it before, interestingly, so this was new to me. Super fresh, super bergamot at the top, a little bit sweeter than Bleu de Chanel. So if you don't like sweetness, I think you'll like Bleu de Chanel better. This comes across as a little bit sweeter to me, and because of that, and because of the freshness, and because I've never owned it, I think this would be very attractive to women. I think this would be a great first impression type fragrance. I think that, again, it's got vetiver, which I like. So both Bleu de Chanel and L'Homme have the vetiver, which I love personally. I think it just gives a great manly scent. masculine. So anyways, number one of the top 3 best-selling Sephora fragrances currently. Again, number 3, I'll still go from reverse. Number 3, on a distant number 3 is the Dior Sauvage. A close number 2, Bleu de Chanel. And number 1 for me, the YSL L'Homme, all eau de toilette concentrations. Go out and try them. I'd love to hear what you guys' opinions on this are. See if you agree with me. See if you reverse it or whatever. It's kind of a fun little test, but I want to do some more of these top 3 tested fragrance stores. If you like this idea, please leave me a comment. I would really appreciate it if you want to hear more. Subscribe and ring the bell, or like this particular video if you liked it. And I hope everyone's having a great day, and I will be coming back at you soon. This is Joel the Nose.